All right, what is going on, YouTube? Today I'm going to be bringing you guys a quick video. We're going to be talking a bit about this product from Xotic Performance. These are cylinder head studs for the LS motor. So as you can see, it's for the 48, 53, 60, 62, pretty much the entire LS family. This brand or this company does make cylinder head studs for like diesels. We will not be covering that in this video. This is specifically going to be for the LS motor or the LS family, pretty much. They do make two variations of this. They have your head studs for like 97 to like 03, somewhere in that year range. And then they have the 04 and up. This is for the 04 and up. The only difference is on the 04 and up, all the cylinder head studs are the same length. And then from like 97 to 03, there will be two that are longer. But otherwise than that, that's the only difference. I mean, it's the same product still. But like I said, it's going to be kind of like an unboxing video. I've already opened it. I've already took a peek at it. So it's not going to be a true unboxing video. But we will kind of just, see what's in there, how or what comes in the box pretty much. Just kind of give you some insight on it. Just so that way if you do want to buy these in the future, or, we've already bought them, I guess. But just quick little video, kind of talk a bit about them and what I'm going to put them on. Like, so I've seen videos of people unboxing them, I guess installing them, but never actually like testing them out, to where like you're sending boosts at them, how they're going to hold up. So this will kind of eventually be, well, I want to eventually do a video like that, but for now we're just going to talk a bit about them. They are going on this vehicle behind me. So this is my 2010 Camaro SS. I've had it for, I want to say like 3-4 years now. So this car originally came with the LS3 or L99, which is the 6.2 liter LS. That motor is no longer in here. It's actually on the engine stand right there, but that motor went bad a couple years ago. I got this LS2 from a Corvette from a buddy of mine. I put it in here. I think at that time it was just cammed, just pretty much basic bolt-ons. Was still naturally aspirated, and drove around like that for a good year and a half, and then got a turbo kit for it. So this was probably back in like January or February. It's December now. So I've been driving around for about like 10 months with this turbo kit on here, and it's been holding up. It's been holding up fine. It's, like I said, seen up to about 14 pounds of boost, so we are kind of pushing it a little bit. This is still a stock LS2, stock internals. I did rebuild the motor a couple years ago. I put bearings in it, new gaskets, but pretty much still stock standard clearances. So I haven't built anything for boost. So like I said, pretty much bone stock LS2. When I did put head gaskets on it a couple years ago, I reused the factory torque to yield bolts. I know you're not supposed to, but I did. I'm cheap. I do crazy stuff like that. And like I said, it's been like this for like 10 months. Factory head bolts that were reused, so they've already stretched, and it's still been seeing like 14 pounds of boost, and it's been doing okay, to be honest with you, which is shocking. I did not think it would hold up that well. But obviously I want to do it the right way. I want to make sure this motor lives a long time. And just basically want to upgrade some stuff to it. So I ordered some head studs for it. I was looking into ARP head studs, but they cost a little bit more. And then the ones I found on Amazon are like cheap knockoffs, which, I mean, people have used, they've said they had no issues with or whatever, but they were still slightly more than these. And so that's why I got those. And in my next video, I should be installing those on this motor. I do got LS9 head gaskets as well, which is a thicker head gasket for like boosted motors. Which that actually came in its own setup, in its own vehicle. But we're going to put LS9 head gaskets on it, the Xotic Performance head studs, and then put it all back together and see how it does, test them out. This isn't, I mean, it's tuned, but it does need to be tuned a little bit better. I did have it on the dyno, like I said, earlier this year. It made some power. It was almost like Hellcat numbers. I want to say slightly less, but I have to find a video or what numbers I put out with this motor. But she is quick. She does make some power. I still daily drive it to work every day. Take the kids to school in it. So like I said, it's still a daily driver. But like I said, I want to be able to reliably beat on it and make sure it's not going to blow up. So that's why we're going to do upgraded head gaskets, upgraded head studs, you know, and we should be good to go. But let's go ahead and get into the packaging. Like I said, these are from Xotic Performance LS head studs. I've already opened it, so it's not a true unboxing, I guess, but just getting into it though. As you can see, it comes with your basic instruction manual. Just giving you basic information. Like I said, this is for the 2004 and up LS motors. But I was already kind of reading this before, and it's just, you know, good handy information to have. You know, torque sequence, how they want you to torque the head down evenly. For the 11mm studs, do 3 passes, 25 foot-pounds, 50 foot-pounds, 70 foot-pounds. And then the smaller studs, you do 30 foot-pounds. And basically kind of similar to your ARP, you know, head studs, and how they would want how they would want you to torque the cylinder head down. Pretty much same with Xotic Performance, same thing. And then thick piece of foam right after that, and then we'll go ahead and get into the other stuff. So as you can see, it comes with your lubricant to put on the fasteners when you torque them down. Make sure you get, you know, good accurate torque reading. So that's nice. There's actually quite a bit of grease in there. I want to say this was like a head, or not a head, fucking, I was gonna say head stuff. I want to say this was a air freshener or something. Yeah, so this is an air freshener. That's pretty cool, you know, nice little thing for them to include as well. And then you can see here, you got your nuts, your washers. Comes with 2 sockets as well for the little head studs and the big head studs. So that's pretty nice. Like I said, there's your little studs, little washers, little nuts. And then here we have the bigger cylinder head studs, and they got plastic caps on that, so it's pretty cool. And as you can see here, I already had it open, but it does have the Allen keys to, you know, run the studs down in by hand. But I mean, this feels strong. Like it doesn't feel cheap. To be honest, this feels way better than the torque to yield bolts. Like I said, I've never ran head studs, so this is the first time. I've always wanted to use ARP head studs. I just have never tried it. I've always used the factory, you know, Fel-Pro torque to yield bolts, or I've reused the same bolts, and I would just send it and it held up fine. So this will be the first time, you know, installing these. And like I said, a lot of people will say you got to use ARP head bolts, or you got to use this brand, or the motor's going to blow up. I don't believe that. I mean, I do believe you get what you pay for, but I think this is one of those items where you probably can get away with it. Like I said, we're going to find out, because I mean, obviously there's a turbo, we're making boosts, we're going to test them out. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's going on. It's going on this vehicle. I want to test it out. I didn't bring the head gaskets out. They're still inside, but like I said, that's something that I want to do here in the future. Probably within the next week, I'll probably get started on this. I'll probably set up a tripod, start recording. I used to have a YouTube channel where I kind of did some videos of this vehicle. I got locked out of it. I can't get back into it, so this will be a new video, or new channel, sorry. But like I said, I do want to set up a tripod, kind of do a little video of me tearing it apart, installing them, torquing them down, putting it back together. You know, let you hear that first startup, go do a couple passes in it, see how it does. And like I said, the other reason why I'm doing it too is now I'm starting to get antifreeze coming out the overflow, but only when I get into boost, which is usually because your head bolts are starting to give, or the head gasket's starting to give. It doesn't overheat just when I get into boost, pretty much, or get into a lot of boost, pretty much. So like I said, we're going to install these, put these on, and see how it does. And like I said, I might even do another video too later on of this on the dyno with those head studs, so we can really, you know, see how it handles. But like I said, guys, you know, drop a like, drop a comment. I'll try to get back to you guys. I'm not the best with responding or whatever, but we will be testing these bad boys out. So until then, see you guys next time. Peace.